Hello, Yankees Nation. Welcome back to your go-to channel, the New York Yankees News Network. Today's episode is packed with breaking updates that every true Yankees fan needs to hear. Some of these headlines surfaced just a few hours ago, and trust me, you don't want to miss them. From the Yankees' controversial decision to keep young talent off the opening day lineup, to Giancarlo Stanton's injury concerns, and a worrying update on ace Gerrit Cole's elbow, we've got it all covered. So, if you bleed pinstripes and want to stay in the loop, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update about your favorite team. Now, let's dive into our first major story of the day. Update 1. Yankees' risky call. Top prospects left out despite offensive struggles. Spring training is always an exciting time for baseball fans. It's a period of fresh starts, breakout performances, and for some, the beginning of their journey to the big leagues. This year, two names have stood out in Yankees camp: George Lombard Jr. and Spencer Jones. Both have displayed the kind of talent that could breathe new life into the Yankees offense. Yet, despite their stellar performances, neither will be on the opening day roster. Instead, the team has opted to stick with veteran players who struggled last season. The decision has left many scratching their heads, especially considering how inconsistent the Yankees' offense was in 2024. The team relied heavily on Aaron Judge, who carried the offense with 58 home runs and an impressive .322 batting average. Beyond Judge, however, there was little reliability at the plate. Giancarlo Stanton managed 27 home runs but hit just .332 with a disappointing on-base percentage of .302. DJ LeMahieu, once a key contributor, battled injuries all season and ended the year with a dismal .204 batting average. With the Yankees ranking 19th in total runs and 26th in stolen bases, it's clear that offensive reinforcements are needed. That's where Lombard Jr. and Spencer Jones come in. Lombard Jr. has shown remarkable patience at the plate, finishing spring training with a .385 on-base percentage. His ability to work counts and get on base is something the Yankees lacked last season. Jones, on the other hand, is an imposing presence at 6'6", combining raw power with surprising speed. He has already crushed 3 home runs in camp, proving he has the tools to make an impact in the majors. Yet, despite their potential, the Yankees have decided to keep them in the minors, trusting their struggling veterans to turn things around. This decision mirrors a mistake made by the Chicago White Sox just a few years ago. In 2022, the White Sox had a promising outfield prospect in Oscar Colas, but instead of giving him a shot, they relied on veterans like A.J. Pollock and Leury Garcia, players who ultimately failed to produce. The result? A disappointing 81-81 finish that left them out of the postseason. By the time they finally brought up Colas in 2023, his development had stagnated, and he struggled to adjust to major league pitching. The Yankees could be walking down the same path by delaying the promotion of Lombard Jr. and Jones, despite clear signs they are ready. Beyond the potential loss of offensive production, the Yankees are also taking a major risk by leaving themselves with limited depth. Taking a look at the Yankees' latest roster, some of the choices become even more questionable. Paul Goldschmidt is now a key figure at first base, alongside DJ LeMahieu, Cody Bellinger, and Oswaldo Cabrera. The outfield will likely be held down by Judge, Bellinger, and Jasson Dominguez, with backup options like Trent Grisham and Everson Pereira. Stanton remains the primary designated hitter, with Ben Rice and Austin Wells as potential fill-ins. While these names provide experience, they also come with major question marks, especially regarding durability and consistency. By keeping Lombard Jr. and Jones in the minors, the Yankees are placing a huge amount of faith in an aging core that has already shown signs of decline. If the same struggles resurface in the early weeks of the season, the front office may find itself scrambling for solutions that are already available, but currently sitting in the minor leagues. So, Yankees fans, what do you think? Is the team making a massive mistake by sidelining Lombard Jr. and Jones for struggling veterans? Or do you believe this decision will pay off in the long run? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Update 2. Giancarlo Stanton's return raises questions about his readiness for the season. While Yankees fans were eagerly awaiting Giancarlo Stanton's return to spring training, his reappearance in camp has come with a mix of excitement and uncertainty. The towering slugger is back with the team in Tampa, but concerns about his health continue to linger as opening day approaches. Stanton's return to camp was initially seen as a positive step, especially considering the Yankees' need for a strong offensive presence in their lineup. However, reports from both Brian Hawk of MLB.com and Yankees manager Aaron Boone have confirmed that he will not be participating in any spring training games before the team heads back to New York. The decision to keep him off the field raises questions about how close he truly is to being fully game ready. The Yankees' cautious approach with Stanton makes sense given his injury history. Over the last few seasons, he has struggled with a series of lower body injuries, which have impacted his ability to stay on the field consistently. Last season, Stanton's power numbers were still respectable. He hit 27 home runs, but his overall performance took a noticeable dip. His .233 batting average and .302 on-base percentage were among the lowest of his career, showing that his ability to produce at a high level has been compromised by his inability to stay healthy. With opening day fast approaching, the Yankees are in a tough position. On one hand, they need Stanton's bat in the lineup, especially with the team's offensive inconsistencies from last season still fresh in everyone's mind. On the other hand, if he isn't fully healthy, rushing him back could do more harm than good. The Yankees have been through this scenario before, pushing Stanton to return too soon, only to see him re-injure himself and miss extended time later in the season. For now, the plan seems to be one of patience. By keeping Stanton out of spring games, the Yankees hope to have him fully ready for the grind of a long season. His presence in camp, even if he isn't playing, is still valuable. A veteran leader like Stanton can help set the tone for younger players and provide an experienced voice in the clubhouse. However, his absence from game action does raise concerns about how much time he will need to find his rhythm once he does return. Hitting against live pitching in a competitive environment is vastly different from taking batting practice or participating in drills. If Stanton needs an extended adjustment period once he re-enters the lineup, it could put the Yankees in a difficult position early in the season, especially considering the offensive struggles they faced last year. Adding to the uncertainty is the fact that the Yankees roster is still taking shape. With Paul Goldschmidt now in the mix at first base and Cody Bellinger expected to contribute both in the outfield and at the plate, there are multiple moving pieces. Stanton's expected role as the primary designated hitter means that if he isn't ready, the Yankees will need to rely on players like Ben Rice or Austin Wells to fill that void. The biggest question for Yankees fans now is whether Stanton will be available when the season begins, and if he is, how effective he will be. Will the extra rest prove to be beneficial, allowing him to come back stronger and more durable? Or is this just the latest chapter in a pattern of injuries that will continue to plague him throughout the season? With so much uncertainty surrounding one of their most powerful hitters, the Yankees are left hoping that their cautious approach will pay off. But as we've seen in past seasons, when Stanton is out of the lineup for too long, it puts even more pressure on Aaron Judge to carry the offense, something that proved to be a major issue last year. So, Yankees fans, do you think keeping Stanton out of spring training games is the right move? Will he be able to return at full strength, or is this a sign of more injury troubles ahead? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Update 3. Gerrit Cole's elbow concerns could spell trouble for the Yankees season. Just when the Yankees were starting to build momentum heading into the season, a concerning update has surfaced regarding their ace, Gerrit Cole. The reigning American League Cy Young winner has been sent for additional testing on his pitching elbow after experiencing discomfort, news that immediately sent shockwaves through the Yankees organization and fan base. Cole's struggles in his most recent spring training start were impossible to ignore. Against the Minnesota Twins, he surrendered 5 hits, including 2 home runs, and allowed 6 earned runs in just 2 2/3 innings of work. While it's normal for pitchers to work out some kinks in spring training, Cole's performance raised red flags, especially given his history of elbow inflammation last year. At roughly this same point in last year's spring training, Cole underwent an MRI that revealed elbow issues, forcing him to miss a significant portion of the first half of the season. The Yankees can't afford a repeat of that scenario. The worst part, no one knows the extent of the issue just yet. The Yankees have made it clear that they're waiting for further diagnostic tests before determining the severity of Cole's injury. It could be something minor, just a bit of early season soreness that requires a few days of rest. But it could also be something much more serious, potentially sidelining their best pitcher for an extended period. If Cole is forced to miss time, the Yankees' rotation could quickly find itself in trouble. While the team has a strong starting staff on paper, the depth behind Cole is far from ideal. Carlos Rodon, who was supposed to be the Yankees' co-ace last season, battled injuries and inconsistency throughout the year, leaving many to wonder whether he can return to his dominant form. Meanwhile, Luis Gil, who was projected to be a key contributor in the rotation, has already been ruled out for at least 3 months due to an injury of his own. That leaves a starting group featuring Cole, if healthy, Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, Clark Schmidt, and potentially a revolving door of depth options. Without Cole leading the way, the Yankees could find themselves in a tough spot early in the season. There's also the psychological factor to consider. Cole has been the Yankees' most reliable pitcher since arriving in New York, and losing him, even for a short period, could have a major impact on the team's morale. He sets the tone for the rotation, and his competitive fire is a driving force for the pitching staff. If he's forced to miss significant time, the Yankees will not only lose their ace on the mound, but also one of their key clubhouse leaders. The Yankees will now be holding their breath, waiting for the results of Cole's tests to determine their next move. If it turns out to be a minor issue, the team can breathe a sigh of relief and proceed cautiously. But if the tests reveal something more serious, like ligament damage, the Yankees could be facing a nightmare scenario where their best pitcher is out for an extended period. Yankees fans, this is where I turn it over to you. How concerned are you about Gerrit Cole's elbow? Do you think the Yankees have the depth to survive without him if he misses time? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. That wraps up today's jam-packed Yankees update. From the controversial decision to keep top prospects in the minors, to Giancarlo Stanton's injury concerns and the worrisome news about Gerrit Cole, there's a lot for Yankees fans to process. As we head into the season, one thing is clear. The Yankees are facing some tough challenges right out of the gate. Will they rise above them? Or are we in for another roller coaster year in the Bronx? Only time will tell. If you enjoyed this update and want to stay on top of everything happening with the Yankees, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, Yankees Nation, and as always, go Yankees!